Hello, and welcome back to the William Gomes Podcast. I am William Gomes, and I am grateful to have you here. Today, we explore one of Lacan's most influential insights, a line that often surprises people when they hear it for the first time. Lacan said that the unconscious is structured like a language. At first, this can sound abstract or distant, but when we look at what he meant, we discover a way of understanding our inner life that is both profound and surprisingly familiar. To appreciate Lacan's idea, it helped to begin with what he thought the unconscious is not. Over the years, the unconscious has often been imagined as a mysterious, instinctive animal within us. It has been portrayed as a dark reservoir of primitive urges or as a mystical realm filled with symbols beyond our comprehension. Lacan was very clear that none of these images fit the reality of human experience. He insisted that the unconscious is not instinctual, not mystical, and not a hidden chamber waiting to be opened. Instead, he saw it as something much more ordinary and much more active. He believed the unconscious is made of the same material that shapes our daily lives, signifiers, the building blocks of language. In Lacan's view, we are human because we are speaking beings. We do not simply use language, we are formed through it long before we fully understand what words mean. This is why he followed the work of the linguist Ferdinand de Saussure, who showed that language is not a simple link between a word and a thing. A word is not an object. It is a sound pattern tied to a concept, a relationship between a signifier and a signified. The signifier is the sound we hear, and the signified is the idea attached to it. Thus, two are bound together but never perfectly aligned. There is always a gap. Lacan believed that this gap, this slight misalignment within language, is central to our inner life. When he said the unconscious is structured like a language, he meant that it behaves like the world of signifiers. It follows rhythms, pairings, substitutions, and associations that resemble the way words relate to one another. It comes to light in the moments where our speech falters or surprises us. A slip of the tongue, a forgotten name, an odd dream, or a repetitive behavior that seems to make no sense all reveal the hidden logic of the unconscious. Its messages do not arrive as clear statements. They appear as clues woven into the fabric of our everyday language. One of Lacan's important points is that repression does not bury ideas, it buries signifiers. The mind does not push away entire thoughts in a single piece. It pushes away the words, the fragments of language that are tied to painful or overwhelming feelings. But the feelings remain. They wander through us until they attach themselves to new signifiers. This is why a single word can suddenly feel charged with emotion and why seemingly unrelated moments can stir up old wounds. The unconscious does not forget anything, it reshuffles its pieces. Dreams offer a clear example of this process. Freud described dreams using the ideas of condensation and displacement. Lacan took these ideas and reframed them in linguistic terms, comparing condensation to metaphor and displacement to metonymy. Condensation is when multiple signifiers fold into one image, creating a strange but meaningful composite. Displacement moves emotional weight from one signifier to another. These processes mirror how language works. They show us that dreams are not random. They are a structured combination of signifiers that reveal emotional truth in disguised form. Lacan pushed this even further. He said, the unconscious does not sit inside us like a secret box. It exists within the vast field of language, the symbolic order that existed long before we were born. The signifiers we inherit from parents, culture, and history live within us even when we reject them. They return in disguised forms, revealing themselves through slips, jokes, symptoms, and desires. The unconscious is not a place, it is a process shaped by the matrix of language that surrounds us. This can sound theoretical, but its consequences are deeply human. It means that when we speak, we reveal more than we intend. Our words carry echoes of early experiences, family expectations, and emotional traces that we have not fully understood. It means our dreams are not nonsense. They are messages written in a symbolic code. It means that the reasons for our struggles are not hidden in images of the past, but in the signifiers that still shape our present. And it means that when someone listens carefully to how we speak, they hear the quiet voice of our unconscious, the part of us that tries to express what we cannot yet say directly. To recognize that the unconscious is structured like a language is to approach ourselves with gentleness. It opens a space for curiosity. It allows us to notice the connections between our words, our feelings, and our actions without judgment. It encourages us to listen to the patterns that repeat, not to shame them, but to understand them. It reminds us that our inner world is not chaotic, it is organized, symbolically rich, and longing to be heard. In the next episode, we will explore the mirror stage, where Lacan explains how the sense of self forms long before we have the words to describe it. But for now, I hope this exploration helps you feel more at home with the idea that the unconscious speaks through us, shaping our lives in ways both subtle and profound. Thank you for listening. This is the William Gomes Podcast. Take care of yourself, stay curious, and I will speak with you again soon.